This is the Sales Babble Podcast, episode 437, what bartenders and therapists can teach salespeople.
Welcome to Sales Babble, the podcast that shares selling secrets for non-sellers. And now your host, Pat Helmers.
Hello, Sales Babblers. This is Pat Helmers. And I just read a research study at West Virginia University that, quote, elucidates how bartenders define themselves, their work, and their occupation as a whole. Well, of course, the craft of making cocktails was of high concern, but so was customer service skills, time management, memory, and situational awareness. Skilled bartenders are great listeners, which in turn build trust and loyalty with patrons. Just like therapists, they display empathy. The same is true for sellers. How? Let's listen and find out. And now today's chapter. The master seller listens first to understand before being understood. By asking, they receive, creating opportunities. Both bartender and psychologist, the master seller listens. And now today's story. Chris had worked on the new product presentation for a week and was excited to get in front of a prospective client. The day came when Pat and Chris sat in front of the conference table, excited to share with the prospects. But Chris was surprised. That's not what happened. Pat kicked off the meeting by thanking the audience for taking time to meet, but then asked them to restate what they are looking to get out of the meeting. Chris was surprised, since they'd already covered that on a phone call a couple weeks ago. Pat went on to ask about their challenges, their struggles, things they tried in the past, frustrations the team was experiencing, lost revenue, and lost time to market. This went on for 40 minutes. When it came time to share their solution, they went directly to the 7th slide page, talked 10 minutes, and by the end of the conversation, they agreed to take the next step and start a pilot test project. Good news. Well, afterwards, Chris goes to Pat, but we never even showed them the presentation. True, said Pat, but great sellers listen first to understand before pitching a solution. We did that, and they appreciated it. And that's how we got the sale to advance. Sometimes all a customer is looking for is a therapist. We gave them what they wanted. As many of you know, I'm a big Stoic philosopher fan, and Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This is even more true for sales professionals. The best way to know what a buyer is thinking is to ask them. Most people will tell you everything about their troubles in their lives if you're willing to listen. To know what a buyer wants is the key to framing your products and services when you present. Stop guessing what people want and assuming you have the solution to all of life's problems. Instead, be the bartender and ask, "How's it going?" Now, to download a copy of this week's Tao Te Ching of Sales chapter, you can find it in the show notes at www.salesbabble.com. And while you're at the website, sign up for our email list, and you'll be able to download a free copy of the Tao Te Ching of Sales ebook. This book's been the inspiration for these Sales Babble episodes, and you can see what topics we'll be covering in the future. Use this book for daily inspiration with short, one-page chapters on a balanced, non-pushy approach when selling. Now, if you'd like to dig deeper into this topic, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. Let's set up a time to talk, or coffee, or video chat. I'd love to hear what you're working on. And lastly, did you know we've got a Sales Babble Facebook group? It's a private group for sales babblers. If you go to facebook.com/group/salesbabble, you can just request and join the conversation. Would love to have you. That's all we have for this week, folks. Until next Tuesday, take care and have a highly successful and a profitable selling day.
Thank you for listening to the Sales Babble podcast. Find us at www.salesbabble.com.
This is a production of Habanero Media.